Hey everyone, welcome to another Pioneer video here on Magic Arena. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and there's a link to my Ko-fi account in the description. So if you're able to support the channel that way, it is greatly appreciated. So today we are playing some Mono Green Devotion, so you probably recognise the bones of this deck. Been a staple of the format for a long time. Not as powerful as it once was, used to be the dominant deck in the format. Then it got hit by a ban, but yeah, still a pretty potent thing to be doing. And we do have a new card that we're going to try out today, which is Badgermole Cub, which is a 2/2 for 2. When it enters Earthbend 1, so Earthbending basically means the target land you control becomes a 0/0 land creature with haste. Put that number, in this case 1, +1/+1 counters on it. When it dies or is put into exile, return it to the battlefield tapped. And the Cub also says whenever you tap a creature for mana, add an additional green. So obviously that works with our the land that says it's a creature, but also works with our Elvish Mystics and our Llanowar Elves as well. So yeah, this is kind of filling the role that Wolfwillow Haven or those kind of effects used to have in the deck. It's a decent body 2/2. Creates a 1/1, so it's kind of 3 power split over 2 bodies, but then it also is some quite powerful mana ramp potentially at depending on what else we've got on the battlefield. If we've got an elf or 2, suddenly they're all generating 2 mana. The forest that we've turned into a creature is generating 2 mana in multiples. Obviously this is incredible. So yeah, there's a lot of potential power in this card. It'll be interesting to see if this is the right build for it, but we know that Mono Green Devotion already exists, so worth giving it a go. So yeah, that is the new card. The rest of the deck pretty familiar, as I said, sort of 20 lands, just keeping the land count relatively low because we've got so many mana elves, Kiora, Old Growth Troll, Outcaster, Trailblazer, the kind of classic 3 drops, and we are running Leyline of the Guild Pact as well, Cavalier of Thorns, and Storm the Festival up at the top end of the curve. So as I say, relatively self-explanatory in that sense. In terms of the sideboard, so we got 4 copies of Monstrous Emergence. This is just a good removal spell that doesn't necessarily need a creature on the battlefield to be good. Scrap Shooter, good. I mean, it's a decent body, 4/4 for 3, but also can destroy problematic artifacts or enchantments. Prowling Serpentard is kind of an anti-control piece of technology. Citizen Petitioner gains us a bit of life, and then despite being a mono green deck, we are running 4 copies of Leyline of the Void. Don't want to hit our own graveyard. We got Storm the Festival and stuff, but yeah, graveyard hate that comes down on turn 0 is pretty good. So yeah, that's the deck. Looking forward to this. This is definitely one of the more powerful reading cards in the new set. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of a splash it can make. So thank you very much for watching. Let's take it on to the ladder. Yeah, this is an interesting opening hand. Yeah, just 1 land is a little bit unfortunate. If the elf survives, we potentially got quite powerful turn 2, so I think this is worth keeping. But it is quite speculative. Obviously, if we draw a second land, we're laughing all the way, but okay, Thoughtseize is better in this situation than Fatal Push is, so we'll take it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, didn't draw the extra land, but we can just go wide with Elves here. It's all Elves all the time. Okay, the opponent's on Greasefang, which Charm is quite good against. Okay, that's good. So let's fire up the old Badgermole Cub. Earthbend 1. Are we playing Troll or are we just chilling with Archdruid's Charm? I'm going to assume they don't have discard Parhelion straight into Greasefang. It's a bit of a risk, but... Okay, well there's Parhelion. Lol, okay. Turns out it was not worth the risk. Okay, so we'll put Leyline of the Void in. Keep Archdruid's Charm. Cavalier of Thorns lines up quite well against Parhelion too. I think Uvenwald Oddity can come out. Trim a couple of trolls as well. Let's try that again. I thought maybe with a mulligan to 6 they wouldn't have all of the bits, but was a risk, didn't pay off. So we've got quite an early Storm the Festival here, potentially. Where were you, man? Okay, let's play Badgermole. So yeah, we should be able to Storm next turn. Does Kiora do anything for us here? So 2, 4, 6 mana. They Storm the Festival. Grab Nykthos. Nope, they're off it. Okay, fine. That wasn't actually particularly good, so I will take that. Yeah, I think we'll keep this as it is. So probably looking for a ley line as quickly as possible. As quickly as possible in our opening hand in this third game. I mean, the OP did run down the sideboarding time, so they may be roping me. Which is a bit odd, given... We'll see. Yep, that does seem to be what's happening here, which is very childish, but... Yep, cool. Take it. Ooh, this isn't a keep. This is a very slow hand. We've drawn our entire top end here. Okay, this is mildly better. Problem is with this land configuration is if the Mystic dies, I can't play the Troll. I think I'm going to take that risk and see if we might draw another land. Okay, well we've got Outcast to help with that now, at least. Okay, the opponent's on Phoenix. Everything's a graveyard deck. I think since Avatar dropped, I've played 4 matches on video, all of which have been against decks that use the graveyard. It is the way decks roll now. Badgermole is interesting, but I think I'll just plot the Outcaster this turn. Okay. So we'll start the train rolling. Yeah, it looks like they've got removal for my Trailblazer. Yep. Ooh, Temporal Trespass. That's rare enough these days. Okay, well they're certainly going big. They can't attack this turn though, which is good. I'm a little short of land here, I think. Let's send in the troll. Plot the Trailblazer once again. Wow, okay, they are certainly going off. Okay, well they didn't hit a Phoenix or a Cruise, so that's something. Okay, they just want to trigger their Phoenix, which is fine. Got still no land. So yeah, we'll play Trailblazer. We'll add green, which I'll follow up with Cavalier of Thorns. Play Elvish Mystic. Yeah, I think I need to attack here. Probably going to be close, this one. They do have an almost endless supply of spells. You done? No, they're still not done. Okay. Yeah, that was tough. I mean, we weren't technically dead there, but we weren't going to survive. So I think Leyline of the Void can go in. So Scrap Shooter. I'll take out Guild Pact. Yeah, Trailblazer. It's a difficult one. It was very slow there, it felt like, and 2 toughness is pretty rough against Phoenix, so yeah, let's take those out. Okay. No graveyard hate, but this might be quick enough that it doesn't matter. Okay, I shall Badgermole. I think I'll turn Nykthos into the creature here. Fine. Let's go a Cavaliering. That's a swing and a miss. Okay, I'll leave that on top. As little do they know, I'm just going to play it again. Grab Leyline while it's here as well. another whiff on lands. Okay, good. Yeah, I think this seems fine. Maybe I'll take out the charms. Put back in a couple of Trailblazers. Yeah, Scrap Shooter seems like a better answer to artifacts and enchantments here. I think this is a mulligan. No Leyline. Yeah, that's worse. So I think we're going to 5. Yep, that'll have to do. So I'll pop back both Cavaliers. Well, no, I kind of need... Okay, drawing land there was important, but I'm not sure it's going to be quite enough. Okay. It's pretty good. Yep, they're probably going to get me here. They've slowed me down enough. I mean, I had to mulligan to 5, so... Ugh, double Steel Cutter as well, of course. Yep. I mean, there is just nothing you can do against a Phoenix deck that has that kind of run. It's fine. Another one lander. It's the trouble with running only 20 lands. You do see a lot of these. I think we'll try it. Yep. Land. Land is good. So yeah, I'll Badgermole, turning my lair into a creature. Oh, it's an artifact deck. Okay, that's fun. And a Lava Spur Boots, so probably one with synthesizer. Well, we're producing a lot of mana. Let's see what we can do with it. Oh yes, so Sanctum of Ugin, probably a Metalwork Colossus. Okay, there's Synthesizer. They don't currently have any blue mana. No, it's Cavalier all the time. So yeah, start with Cavalier of Thorns. Grab Forest. We'll play Cavalier number 2. No Forest. Yeah, if you want to trade your Smith, which I think they probably will. Yeah. I'll take that just to get their creature off the board. Cool. Okay, well, we saw the power of the Badgermole Cub there. That did hecka good work. So, again, artifacts and enchantments. So, Scrap Shooter, I think, can go in. Probably. Yeah, I'll take out Uvenwald Oddity and 1 Leyline on the draw. I'm certainly racing through these matches. Yep, this is a strong opening hand. Ooh, Leyline Axe, good. So I can potentially Archdruid's Charm that at some point if it looks like they're gonna get a big Metalwork Colossus out. Yep, let's plot the Outcaster in the usual way. Okay, that's good. So, how am I going to do this? So, play Outcaster. Add green. I think we play Badgermole. Turning this forest into a creature. And we follow up with Kiora. Untap the creature. I mean, it's only 1 damage, but we're not really doing anything else. There's a Perilous Snare. Ooh, not my Badgermole. How dare you? Okay. I'll play Elf. Untap.
Let's get moving.
I think, depending on what they do, we could potentially exile the Perilous Snare at the end of turn. If they play Metalwork, I'll need to just kill that, but... Ugh. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to bring back my Badgermole. I'm going to Earthbend again. I'll play Storm the Festival. Yep. Let's have Badgermole number 2 and Scrap Shooter. They've seen enough. And so have I. I love this card. It's brilliant. It's great. Yay. Yep. This is a more traditional mono-green devotion hand, but we will take it. A soul partition, eh? What is going on here? Maybe this is like an airbending deck? That would make sense. Okay, well, let's start. Yep. Well, we'll play this anyway. Really? Remarkable behaviour. Well, I can do this just as long as you can. We go again.
Make a splash.
Yep, okay, this is going reasonably well. Sorry, I completely forgot to keep talking during that turn. Yes, so just playing as many things as we can. Okay. They're gonna go after my cub. No, they want Kiora instead. That's fine.
Cool off.
How much mana can I produce here? Probably enough. Yep. So that's...
Bet you've never been hugged by
untap
a
that.
Nature flows.
Play the Storm. Yep, we'll grab both of these, redraw our hand. Cool. Okay, yeah, the opponent's airbending, I assume. Yeah, I don't really... my sideboard against this. I mean, I think my main deck's reasonably well set up for it, but... they're not really countering my stuff, so Prowling Serpapod isn't doing very much. I suppose Monstrous Emergence isn't bad at killing like Spell Quellers. Yeah, we'll put those in. We'll take out Archdruid's Charm. Yeah, Uvenwald is quite awkwardly positioned at 4 mana, I think, just because it gets quelled. And it's a kind of a loss of mana in that sense, if they're quelling a 4-drop. Mulligan, I think. Definitely mulligan this. Lands you control are... Actually, no, I don't need to, because lands you control... Yeah. That is always worth paying attention to. Well, I mean, I can only play one Nick, though, so this actually has to stay. Light Stall, I think I'll just stick Storm the Festival out there. That's pretty cheeky. Oh, it's that kind of deck. Okay, in which case, well, I'm just going to have to play the Outcaster, because I can't play it from exile if they have a Magistrate. Yeah, that's pretty cheeky. I like it. I mean, this is working for them because I'm getting absolutely mana screwed here, so they're locking me out of being able to do anything, which is, I suppose, kind of the idea of the deck. Yep, can't do anything at all because I'm not drawing any land. Now they're going to presumably waterbend that. Yeah, they're gonna run me over here. Yeah, they got the right combination of cards to stop doing anything. Why not just have another Draneth Magistrate? Yeah, I think that's all a bit too late, but let's try casting Trailblazer. No. Okay. No, that's fair enough. They had some good stuff there. Yep. Well, we're still doing the same thing, I think. An actually keepable hand. Try not to write home about it. Lands and spells. Who knew that sometimes you could have both? Just stick a land into exile here, I think. Stick the Outcaster. Yeah, we are potentially running into a Draneth Magistrate here, which is... okay, they don't seem to have, so... I shall play Trailblazer. Follow it up with Badgermole Cub. Turn this land into a 1/1. Oh, they really hate my Badgermole, don't they? And yet, what did it ever do to them? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 play out Badgermole. I think we can just Monstrous Emergence. Kill the Spellbinder. So go. So they probably got Ang here. So what's worse? Well, let's add 6 green mana. Try playing Kiora.
My pets are hungry, and you look like lunch. One drop ripples and grows.
Yeah, Aven Interrupter I can live with because it puts it back as just 2 mana, which is much more efficient than if I was having to cast Trailblazer for 2 mana, which is not much of a reduction. Yep, you can do 4 damage to Kiora. Nice little damage soak there. That bothers me less now. Okay, I like having Cavalier, so let's start by playing Storm for 2. Now we can Earthbend again. Yep, this is all going fine. Might just stick another counter on one of these rather than worry too much at this point. Now we'll untap Nykthos.
The ocean surges, life thrives.
Play another Storm. I have to be a little bit careful with my library here. Okay, I think that'll do for this turn. Just play another Elvish Mystic. Now I think we can start attacking. So they might have the big airbending spell. Nope. Cool. Okay, no, I like what they were doing. It wasn't too dissimilar to the deck I played in the last video, the Flash one. They were doing a bit more of a prison style with Drannith Magistrate, which I do kind of like. Yeah, I wonder if they did have Avatar's Wrath in hand, but just didn't draw it. Okay. No, well, I enjoyed that. Badgermole Cub is a hell of a card. That is powerful stuff. Yeah, just the sheer amount of mana it potentially generates is huge. Very impressive card. So yeah, let's open a few packs. So we'll start with Through the Omen Pass, because nobody cares about that. Oh, good. And we'll open these 4 Avatar packs. Okay, sort of sacrifice card. Earthbender's Ascension, Ang's Iceberg, seen that in a couple of lists around, and then Fervor is also here. Raven Eagle, sort of Graveyard Trespasser, but built different. It doesn't have the ward, which is a big deal on Graveyard Trespasser. It does have exile potential card advantage. it's an interesting variant on Trespasser. Now, for some reason, there don't seem to be mythic avatar cards in golden packs, and I don't know why that is. And they've said this is only a temporary thing, so I assume it's something to do with licensing. But yeah, once again, licensing causing problems, but does make it quite that little bit harder to collect the mythics in this particular set. So yeah, worth thinking about that when you're opening your packs. So yeah, that was good. Badgermole Cub, what a card. I mean, it's kind of, I've complained about these kind of mechanics before, where basically they remove all of the downside from things, but like the fact that when you Earthbend, basically if they kill the creature, the land comes back, does mean that you don't really take any risk by Earthbending. So yeah, it's pretty powerful. And yeah, that generated a lot of mana over those matches. Yeah, I like that card a lot. I think it'll see a lot of play in various builds. We'll see what else it can do. Yeah, this seems like a natural home for it, but I'm sure there'll be other places that can run it as well. So yeah, Mono Green Devotion, good stuff. So here's the deck list one more time in the description as usual, so let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, contribute to the Coffee account if you can, and I'll see you next time.